Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So this today is my weekly Shop My Stash. If you're a regular viewer on here, you'll know that I do these every Wednesday. So yeah, I did my weekly Shop My Stash review on Monday of all these products, so I don't really want to go into too much detail. I just want to tell you what I'm putting back, and then we can go and shop my stash for the current week. It's just pointless me reiterating what I told you on Monday, so I'm going to leave that here in the cards somewhere so you can go and check that out. So I'm pleased finally to be telling you I can put this back in the collection. It's the Catrice Glamazing 18 Glamorous Neutral Colour Baked Eyeshadows, and they're not all neutral as you can see from the top. You do get some quite vibrant shades. I am going to be doing a mini review on this palette, so I don't want to talk too much about it in this video, as this video is just mainly a weekly Shop My Stash. I don't want to go into too much detail with it. So we'll be talking about this palette soon if you're interested in that. This was my second try of me trying a Catrice Cosmetics product. The first one was some highlighters, which I absolutely love, and I most certainly want to try Catrice Cosmetics in the future. If I see anything in TK Maxx, I'll pick it up just to give it a try. But yeah, we'll talk about this again soon. So that one's going back anyway, and then we've got this one. This Winky Lux Uptown Kitten palette is absolutely stunning. I've just done a mini review on it and like a little look, so I'll leave that either in the cards or at the end of the video for you to go and check out. I'd love it if you did go and check it out. I don't really do too many get ready with me's on the channel, but I'm thinking about doing more in 2020 than I did in previous years. So yes, I think that's what we'll be doing. So this is the PS Bronze Highlight and Glow palette. Really pretty, and I was actually thinking about putting it back, but I think I'm going to keep it out for another week just to get more use out of it. It is on the slightly older face palette that I have in my collection, so I do want to get a bit more use. And then we've got this Too Faced Chocolate Bar. This has 6 eyeshadows that I'm going to be concentrating on panning in 2020, which I'm really looking forward to, just because this is a slightly older eyeshadow palette in my collection. I really love this palette. It's stunning, and I've barely used it, so I do want to get more use out of it this year. So this will always stay in this little palette holder here, along with the Toilet Tease. Now I panned this, well, I panned one of the shades last year, the shade Whisper. I only brought it in halfway through the year, I believe. If I can find the video that I brought this in, I will obviously put it in the cards section as well. And then we've got this Revolution Neutrals versus Neutrals. I can't believe I was actually debating whether to declutter this. It is so pretty, especially these shades here. They really do remind me of the Too Faced Peachy Mattes. It's just absolutely stunning, and yeah, it will definitely be staying in my collection. If you're thinking of trying the Too Faced Peachy Mattes, I'd try this and just check. I mean, obviously the formula is not going to be the same, but this formula on this palette is pretty good. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it, and these shades here are quite nice too. I haven't used all the shades down here, so I want to keep it out for a little bit longer. Like today, all I've used is matte shades, so I've used that shade there. I haven't got my piece of paper, so I'll have to put the shades in later what they are. So I've used this shade there, and then that shade, sorry, that's all over the lid. That's on the crease, and that's on the inner corner. That's the highlight on the inner corner, and I think that's all I used. but I also use my Clinique Ginger Pop blusher just as a blush topper, and it looks so nice. I never thought to use my Clinique Ginger Pop blush as a blusher, as an eyeshadow, but yeah, with these tones it looks beautiful. Maybe I'll show you that look sometime, but for today, yeah, this is going to stay in for another week, and I'm going to pull another palette as well, a smaller palette. So that's what it's right. So that's what it's looking like at the moment. That one can go at the back there. So we'll just pop that back here. So like I said, them are going back. So now let's have a look in my drawer to see what we can put back. Right, so we've put this Too Faced Blinded by the Light highlighter back, because I've used that a couple of times this week. I've not used this that much. I think I only used it once, and as it's on the chopping block, I do want to know whether it has a place in my collection or not. I think it's a smidgen too dark, like I said in the review, so we'll leave that in. That always stays in, as it's a cream highlighter, and what I do is I put the cream highlighter on first and then go in with the powder. I think I want the Dior one to stay in for another week as well. I know that's been, or should I just, yeah, we'll keep the Dior one in. I don't know actually, I only put this one in last week. No, we'll change it. The Dior one can come out, and we'll keep the Too Faced Blinded by the Light in. Sorry about that. Decisions. Right, and then we've got blushes and bronzers and that kind of thing in here. So we'll put this Silky Touch blush back in Indian Summer. I do want to keep this. It was on the chopping block as well. This Clinique Ginger Pop I'm going to keep out. This Natural Collection Bronzer in Sunshine can go back. This Anastasia Blush Trio, I barely used it, so that can stay in, and that Sephora bronzer can go back as well. So I'm only keeping 2 of the, how many products? 6 products, 6 face products that I kept in last week. All these will stay in. Obviously, these will stay in as well, just because they're Project Pan. Right, and then all we need to do is go over here. I'm going to pan this. There's basically nothing in it. I've got to scrape the edges of the bottle. I've got to twist the top off and scrape the edges of the bottle to even get product out of it. I don't know if you can see there, I have been scraping it and trying to get as much out as possible. So I'm going to keep that in. That one will be going back to the powder collection, and we'll choose a different powder for this coming week. This Bourjois City Radiance can go back as well. That's a mascara from the Primark Get Ready With Me that I'm going to be using. So we'll talk more about that on Thursday when I actually use it. Then this is staying in, so we don't need to talk about that. That's staying in. I'm just using the last bits of it now. That's staying in, as well as that's my only concealer I'm using at the moment. I pulled this in, this e.l.f. brow pencil, just because I'm getting to the end of the Body Shop brow duo that I had, and I've actually got this on today. This one can go back in the collection, and I pulled my e.l.f. one. That one can go back. The Japanesque Radiance Primer, and we'll pull a different primer. I think all this can stay in. Yeah, all that can stay in. So that's what we're looking like. I've just put this here because where I keep all my brushes are full and it won't fit anywhere else, so I just keep it in that drawer because I use it on the daily. And this is what the drawer looks like. So let's go and choose some products for my Shop My Stash this week. Right, so here we are. So I'm going to pull another primer because I know that there isn't enough of a primer just for another week. I know that Bare Minerals one is going to go, and I really like this one. I know it's not been that long since I've used it, but I'm going to be using it again. So it's the PS Prep and Perfect Glow Primer, and I also don't have a lot of primers. I've got like that one, 2, 3, 4 primers, no 5 with the Japanese one which I've just used. So it's not a lot of primers I've got to choose from. These are all my concealers. I'm not going to choose any concealers just because I'm working on that Revolution one. Foundation wise, I want to use this. I've just found this. I thought I'd lost it. It's a Bourjois Healthy Mix foundation. Does it tell me my shade? It's in light vanilla and I've not used it for ages, so I do want to use it again this week. See if I still like it. Right, and then they're just all lipsticks and lip glosses and lip pencils, so we can go down to this first drawer. I haven't got a clue what I want to use this week apart from this little e.l.f. under eye setting powder, so we'll pull that. I've been thinking about trying this. I know it's in medium and I'm so fair, but I've been thinking about trying it over foundation. It is supposed to be a foundation. It doesn't look right on me. If I don't like the look of it, then I'm just going to declutter it from the collection. I don't know anyone to give it to, unfortunately, so I wouldn't say it was a waste of money because it came in that Hollywood set I got not so long ago. I'm going to leave it in the cards if you have not watched that yet. But it's a set it came in, and I think it was about either $12.99 or $14.99, and you got a lot of products for your money, and this was one of them. So yeah, I mean the original retail price of that is £47, and I actually saw it on a website and they're still selling it for £47. So I did get a really great bargain in paying the $12.99 or $14.99 that I got it for. I mean the blushes are more than that in itself, so it was worth it, but I just hope I can get this to work for me as well. And I want to pull a loose powder as well, just in case that doesn't work. So let's see what's up next. Let's put that there a minute. It's going to be this one, this Rimmel one. Sorry about my hand being in the way. This is a really good drugstore powder. It's the Rimmel Match Perfection, so we'll use that. Bronzers, I'm the same. I'm going to pull a couple. So this one's up next. It's the Maybelline City Bronzer, so we'll pull that. And I also really like this Jenna Frooms one, and I don't feel like I got enough love from it when I used it, so we will use that as well. Blushes, there's also this one that I want to use. I've not had near enough use out of it. It's the PS Blushing Beam, and it's in the shade Pink Haze. Really pretty. I've got 2 blushes already plus that one. I think I will just pull another one. Right, so this one's up next. It's the Christian Dior. I think it's Rosy Glow or something like that. Yeah, it is. And this has barely got any use out of it, so I do need to use this a little bit more. I don't think I'll be able to open it while I'm... No, I can't open it while I'm holding the camera, but it adapts to your like skin tone. It looks bright pink, but it is really subtle and adapts to your skin tone. So we'll pull that one. Let's take the folder out. And I think, because this has been in here a while now, this Kiko Velvet Touch blush in the shade Free. Now it's a really nice blush, but it's matte, and I don't know if it's for me. So I'm going to pull that and see if I can declutter it from the collection. I just don't want it hanging around if I don't need it. And then we've got highlighters. So what's supposed to be up next? Right, so it's saying this Laura Geller one. I've used this recently, I think. I'll pull it anyway, it's telling me to pull that next, and I do actually work in rotation, so we'll use that one. And also I'll use this MAC Beaming Blush. I've not used it in a while, so we'll use those two. And I've already got, I think, 2 highlighters plus the highlighter palette from Primark. So yeah, we'll leave that as it is now. We don't want to be pulling too much. Right. God. Sorry, I'm choking here. In here, do we need to be thinking about pulling anything? It's all like face palettes and things, so I don't think so. Part of me really wants to pull this one here, because it's got 2 Primark face products, but I've already pulled some things. It's got the highlighter and this like blush topper here, and they're really, really good. I'll probably pull that in the future. And then what I really want to pull, and I've been saying this for ages, if you've been watching these Shop My Stash videos, I really want to pull this. Just to use it maybe one day and see how I feel about it, 1 or 2 days. The eyeshadow's there, and we've got the highlighter and the bronzer. I'm sure I really, really like these. If it's just a matter of me liking those 2 products, I'm going to put them in a palette and basically get rid of this bulky packaging, because look at all that space I've got there. It's just insane for me to keep this big bulky packaging. But yeah, we'll pull that as well. And then I want to pull oh, it's not in this drawer. I want to pull a smaller eyeshadow palette. I know I've got the Revolution Neutrals versus Neutrals, but I'm only going to be using that 1 or 2 days. So I thought I would give this one a whirl. I got this for Christmas, and it's a Profusion Mixed Metals Glam, and it is so, so pretty, guys. I need to see if I can get this open. That's what it looks like. Oh, all I've done is swatch it so far, so I can't wait to use it, especially that orange tone shade there, Topaz. It looks really, really pretty, and I'm glad that you've got like neutral mattes in there as well. You've got like a couple of crease shades under black, so you've got 3 mattes and 6 really nice metallic eyeshadows, so I can't wait to do that, to use it. I'm going to do a try it Thursday with this palette as well, like all my other newer eyeshadow palettes, and just show you what some looks that I create look like. But yeah, I really, really like that. It's so, so beautiful. Okay, I think that's everything. So this is my bigger palette drawer, and I definitely need to declutter it this year, just because it's got far too many palettes. I've got them palettes, and then in this drawer here I've got them there, and then obviously these smaller palettes here, and I really do want to condense my eyeshadow collection down, because I've also got like a box with the really big eyeshadow palettes that also I'm sure I don't need all these eyeshadows in my collection. I'm really going to try and not buy a lot of eyeshadow palettes this year, just buy the ones that really like call my name. And basically I don't have any eyeshadows in the collection like it. Like when I bought the Urban Decay Naked Honey palette on the Black Friday, I don't have any eyeshadows like that. Some of the eyeshadows are similar to the I Heart Revolution or Revolution Lemon Drizzle palette. I'll be doing comparisons. They do look similar, but they might not be. But yeah, this is everything in my shop, my stash. I'll go and put it in the drawer and I'll show you what we're looking like. Right, so what I'm going to be using this week is this Revolution Neutrals versus Neutrals, but that's not new. Obviously, I've kept it in from the following week. And then the only palette I put in that's new is this Profusion Mixed Metals Glam eyeshadow palette. Now, if you've used this or any other Profusion eyeshadow palettes, I would love to know your thoughts on it. There seem to be very mixed thoughts on it. I've said this before, but I was helping a woman who lived in Spain, and she claims that in Europe they actually give Profusion eyeshadow palettes away, which I found quite odd. Let me know your thoughts on it. Let me know if you feel the quality's there. This will be my first time trying a Profusion eyeshadow. I've seen quite a few Profusion eyeshadow palettes in TK Maxx. I think there's one called Sienna's. I saw that, which looked quite nice, but I didn't actually buy it just because I'm trying to be good. With eyeshadow palettes, they are my weakness, along with highlighters and blushers. Everything really, everything makeup related. And then we've obviously got the Tanya Bear, what's this called? Beautifully Defined palette. And it is a beautiful palette, don't get me wrong, but it's so bulky. Why do companies have to make these palettes this bulky? And I know this was made like a few years back, but no, I just no. I just wanna, if I like the products, I'll put them in a magnetized palette. So that's the eyeshadow palettes we're going to be working on. And then in here, so we've got the Jenna Frooms Loves PS Bronze and Highlighter duo. So then we've got my Too Faced Blinded by the Light, the PS Pure Arctic Ice highlighter, the MAC highlighter Beaming Blush, Laura Geller, which one is this? Peach Glow. I think I'll just be decluttering this, which hurts my heart because they are so expensive, but I have had it a while and I have had some use out of it. I just think it's too dark for my complexion. Then we've got the Dior Rosy Glow blush there, and then we've got this duo from Primark, which is the Pink Haze Blush and Beam. All my Project Pan items, which I've gone through, these blushes I've gone through. So with the Clinique Ginger Pop, Anastasia blush trio in Peachy Love, come on, focus. We've got, this has been added in new, this is Kiko's Velvet Touch 03 blush. It's a really nice coral blush, but it's more on the matte side, where I like kind of like a radiant blush, like a satin blush I really like. We put this in new, which is the Maybelline City Bronzer in the shade Medium Warm 250. They always stay in. I do need to try and use this coming week. I've said this for the last, it'll be now 3 weeks, me going on 3 weeks of saying that, but I do need to try and use it. So then we've got my powders. We've got the Rimmel Match Perfection, which has been added in new, Laura Geller Baked Balance and Brighten Foundation in medium, to Tracer setting powder. I put this new primer in, which is the PS Prep and Perfect Glow primer. Also I've put this new foundation in, which is the Bourjois Healthy Mix, which I'm looking forward to trying again. That is staying in just for me to get some use out of it. And all these products, no, except this one has been put in new. It's the e.l.f. Under Eye Setting Powder, and then all these products are the same as what's in every week really, so I won't talk about them, otherwise the video will be extra long and we don't want that. Thank you for watching, it really does mean an awful lot to me. If you've not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button down below and the notifications bell, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks again for watching, bye.